Hey guys! So today, we're back reading Dreadwood Creepy Creations. Back at my first ever big boy book on this channel. And yeah, we're going to be reading chapter 3, Into the Darkness. So, yeah, there's nothing much that I really need to say. So yeah, let's just get right into the darkness. There's a tunnel, I say. Looks like it leads back towards the old part of the school. You mean where the Latchet slab was before we blew it up? Haley jumps off the ladder and stands next to me. I think for a moment back to that Saturday detention. And the first time the Latchets tried to finish us off by unleashing genetically mutated spiders on us. Yeah, we never saw beyond the giant spider nest. There must have been more passages. Maybe more labs. Gus joins us. Blowing up that lab was one of the greatest moments of my life. He mimes aiming the nail gun he was holding at an invisible oxygen canister. Say what you like about the Latchets. At least they've given us some opportunities that your typical teenager won't ever get to experience. I guess you didn't blow up the lab enough, though. Colette stands behind us as Naira drops down the last rungs of the ladder. I guess we didn't, I say. Not gonna make that mistake again. Haley turns on her phone torch and points it down the tunnel, swinging the beam from side to side so that we can see the walls, the ground, and the ceiling. And if you can call it a ceiling when it's made of roughly hewn rock. The tunnel has clearly been dug out, rather than being a natural passage. But it's nothing fancy like the tunnel we found leading from the school basement. No lights, definitely a backup entrance. Haley rolls back her shoulders like she's warming up for a fight. As soon as we found Mr. C, I'm getting some weapons and I'm gonna do some serious destruction down here. Do you think there are more spiders? Colette takes her glasses off and wipes them on her sleeve. Maybe, I say. Fantastic, Naira sighs. I really hated those spiders. At least I won't feel left out when you talk about them anymore, Colette says. I always get a bit FOMO about it. You might not have been here, but your grandparents' creepy shrine to you was, Gus says. Covered a whole wall in the lab. I've never seen so many spy photos of someone in my life, and that includes my cousin Julia's bedroom and her Gustav collection. We all snigger and start making our way down the passage, which is just about high enough to stand up in, and wide enough for 2 people at a time. It smells of dust and wet PE kit that's been left in your bag for a week. Paul Latchet would struggle to fit down here, Gus says as we walk, quickly but carefully, into the chilling black ahead of us. I shiver thinking of Mr. Latchet, a giant of a man. He never says much, but the size of him alone is totally terrifying. Our torches help, but the walls aren't smooth. There are cracks and craters and overhangs. Plenty of places for someone to hide. Remember Mrs. Latchet used to help out in the kitchens a lot when they were the caretakers. Naira says. She probably used this tunnel more than he did. Creepy to think of them scurrying around under here while we were all in lessons, or eating lunch, or sitting in an assembly. Colette sounds freaked out, and she has more reason to be than the rest of us, seeing as the Latchets turned out to be her long-lost grandparents. Like nasty, sneaky rats, Haley says, and she kicks a loose stone, which pings off one of the walls and rolls somewhere the light from our torches doesn't reach. Hold up. Naira puts her hand on my shoulder. You hear that? We stop walking. Hear what? Gus says. The fiery fury of Hawkster's burning rage. Shush a minute, Naira says. Gus shuts up. We stand still and quiet for 20 seconds, but don't hear anything except the sound of our own breathing. What did it sound like, Nai? Colette asks. Because if Naira says she heard something, then she almost definitely did. She's not the kind of person who lets her imagination run away from her. Naira frowns. I know this will sound stupid, but honestly it was like a baby crying. A human baby or a spider baby? None of us even know what a spider baby cries like, so how could it be that? Haley says. She obviously meant a human baby. Let's keep moving, I say, because I can see this turning into an argument. And we really don't have time. I set off again, straining my ears to hear whatever it was that Nara heard. But it's way more likely that there's a spider baby than a human baby down here, Gus says. If we're thinking logically, maybe genetically mutated spider babies sound the same as human babies, Colette says, with a shrug. I can see the end of the tunnel, Haley says, jogging off ahead as always. It opens out into a cave-type thing. Wait up, Nara calls after her. We should stick together. But Haley disappears around a corner, and while the rest of us run to catch up, we hear a scream and a thud, and what sounds horribly like a phone smashing to the ground. Hell? I rush around the corner and stumble over Haley, who's scuffling around in the dust in the dark. I assume looking for her phone, which is her favorite thing in the world. What the hell happened? Gus asks, offering her a hand. Did you trip over your own reckless impulsiveness? Shut up, Gustav, Haley says, and help me find my phone. A horrible cracking sound is followed by a moment of horrified silence. Found it, Gus says. It was under my shoe. Give it here. Give it here. Haley sounds like she's going to explode with anger. I need the torch. Use mine, Colette says, passing her phone over. Haley grabs it and swings it frantically around the cave, her eyes wide and her hand shaking. What is the hell? Nara crouches next to her, puts her hand on her shoulder. I didn't trip, Haley whispers, still looking around the room in panic. Something crashed into me, like a freaking bowling ball. Something like a falling rock, Nara says. It came from the side, and low down. Haley growls. I don't know what it was, but it was a living thing. A spider? Colette, it says, and I swear, she sounds almost hopeful. I guess spider FOMO is a real thing. Nah, Haley says. Not this time. But there's some kind of creature in here with us. It's fast, it's strong, and it's salty as hell.